Hey, howdy and hello and welcome to The Crazy Train, the comedy podcast with no rails from Emotionally 14. I'm your host Rob Wade and I'm joined as always by my rock, the incomparable Blake Harmer.
Hey, howdy and hello.
Hello, Pilgrim.
Hello, Pilgrim.
And you can hear me and I can hear you.
Yay.
I mean, obviously, for the benefits of those listening at home, that's always been the case because it's very important to, in order to have a dialogue, the audio has to be audible on both sides by both people. That's quite helpful.
With the fact that we, I know last time we were recording in separate houses, which I can understand why that might happen. But, apart from yelling out of a window and hoping for the best.
Like!
Yeah. But,
I don't think you heard me.
We are at least back in
back in the flat.
E14 Towers.
E14 Towers, yeah. It doesn't all belong to me.
Yeah.
It's a block of flats. That's how it works. But we're actually on new kit. So, part of my Talk Star Wars acquisition was the purchase of some quality assured kit. So now I have a new laptop to record on and we have separate mics and separate headphones and we can both hear each other, all lovely.
Yeah.
It's great,
It's all the audio I can sort of hear myself and not nothing else.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a little bit of that to it. But if you've never heard The Crazy Train before, what you're in for is more like this. So this is the comedy podcast with no rails. We start from a jumping off point and we take the conversation where it may go. Nobody knows where The Crazy Train goes. Now, if that sounds like your bag, then welcome aboard. If it doesn't, then jump off at the next station and stick a spoon up your ass and get to Fuck Island. Yeah. That will all make sense if you go back and listen to the back catalogue, which even if you don't stick with this episode, I recommend you do anyway because, downloads are good. We like them.
Yeah, please.
So, it's the Crazy Train.
I'm so hungry.
Blake needs to eat, bless him. He's just, we've tied it to downloads, which is a little bit harsh of us, but there you go. So, how's things? Are you well?
Yeah, all going well. Yeah.
Didn't get a chance to record last week because
Things.
Well, I had it organised. And then I thought, what with the whole... So the news for anybody who's not familiar with all my other enterprises is that as of the 4th of May, I became the owner and operator of Talk Star Wars. Now, obviously that comes with it does come with a fair few extra considerations. And so a few days later, we were supposed to be recording and it got to Monday and I hadn't done anything about it. I was like, fuck it. I deserve a day off. So I gave myself the night off and organised it for this week instead. And here we are.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. So we have an iTunes review, which is very kind of people to do. So this is from the Friend Zone podcast. So this is a podcast about friends. So they go into really incredible depth about every episode. So they pick an episode and then they talk about it and around it as well. And it's pretty entertaining. I had to listen to it,
Oh, right, so it's not about them, not never getting sex with their friends.
No, it's not the incel pod.
Right.
The involuntary celibacy pod. No, nothing quite so crass. It's, I say, they pick an episode of Friends, and every time they meet, they sit and record it and talk about the episode and talk around it. And like I say, it's an entertaining chat, and the depth they go to is pretty impressive. So they were kind enough to leave us a review, and it says, "It's got it all." So this is the Crazy Train podcast. Brilliant podcast which covers practically everything, gets you hooked from the start, and fully recommend subscribing to keep up to date. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very kind of you. So thank you, Friendzone Pods. And as I say, if you want to check out the Friendzone Pods, then you can do so by finding them on iTunes, or you can go to the Britpod Scene website and find them there as well.
Yeah.
And they get shared on Twitter and stuff, fairly regularly. So
thank you very much.
Yeah, much obliged. Much obliged. So what's new? Pussycat.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I've not had much. I haven't recently. Well, I was trying to think for the last couple of weeks. I had the Sweeps Festival, which recently.
Yeah. I popped along to that unexpectedly. That was quite fun. I had to sit on a pirate ship.
I was, your story of Sweeps Festival, obviously going way back, the Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I was looking for him. I didn't see him this time.
No, I didn't see him. But I was slightly miffed initially. It's because I didn't realise that it was actually Free Comic Book Day as well. Because I was slightly bemused by going,
Deadpool?
It was some fucker dressed as Bane.
Oh, okay,
And I was like going, why is Bane at the Sweeps
Clean
Festival?
your chimney, sir.
I just thought that's going to make for some fucking interesting Morris stuff.
Yeah. Are you going up the chimney? It would be extremely painful for you.
I was forged in the chimney, molded by it.
You merely adopted Victorian times. Verily, I was fortunate to them. They're always talking like Shakespeare.
Fucking verily.
Yeah. No, I can understand how that would be confusing. Actually, I did walk along and see our mutual friend Paul dressed as Deadpool for collecting outside for Make-A-Wish, which is obviously a very worthy cause. And I did walk past and think, it's Deadpool on sweeps. And I was like, I suppose if anybody was going to crash sweeps, Deadpool can get away with it.
That was the only time I thought, well, as cosplays go, that's the only one I'm okay with, because Deadpool can
kind of turn up
in
anywhere.
anything. Yeah.
He can pretty much turn up wherever he wants. Yeah.
And it just, well, it will work because Deadpool.
Yeah.
But it was when I saw I thought there was a guy as Bane, there was I think there was a Jedi and a couple of stormtroopers as is
norm. I saw some stormtroopers.
As is the norm.
Yeah.
I think there was a Spider-Man of some description.
I don't know.
I can't remember what suit he was wearing, but it was one. It wasn't the traditional Spider-Man suit; it was a different one.
Oh, I think I know the one you mean. Actually, yeah, he was wearing like I don't know, maybe the Miles Morales.
There was someone as Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oh, okay, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because in fact I think that day they were signing as well, and it was the guy who drew for Rick and Morty.
Oh, is it?
Because he was doing sketches and signing comics and stuff.
Ah, because I saw they said they had someone signing there, but I didn't. I looked at the name and went, nope, not someone I recognise.
No, likewise. I'm sure his work is excellent, but
I had a little look in the shop, but I didn't see whoever that guy was. So
yeah, I remember seeing about it because they share events on Facebook and stuff, and they shared. This guy. I really feel bad that I can't remember his name, but I'm having terrible trouble in my memory lately. So to be lucky, I remember there was even a thing going on. But there was an event saying that he's going to be signing the new Rick and Morty trade, and it's like, please don't bring anything else to sign. He won't sign it. It's like, okay, fair enough. Your rules are your rules. And somebody wrote back, I was going to come along, and then I saw that you weren't allowed to bring your own things to sign, and I'm not coming now. And it's like, one, okay, fair enough, that's your right. Two, who are you fucking kidding? You'll be here. I would if I'd been the shop, I'd have replied back, look forward to seeing you then. So, maybe you don't understand. I'm not coming. Maybe you don't understand. Yes, you are. Because what else are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to stay at home.
It's Sweeps Festival.
I'll stay at home and watch all the series of Rick and Morty back to back. That will show him.
That'll take you busy for a few hours. I think he's commissioned for 70 more episodes.
Yeah.
It's a weird number. Normally, is it like one more series?
No, well, I mean, no.
That's like
they've had about 3 series. So
but that's like 3 or 4, surely.
Yeah, if not more. It might be like 5 or 6 series, because I don't think there's loads of episodes in a series.
No, it's very peculiar. I don't really understand it. But
I mean, if they make more great... I mean, as I said, my big problem is not the programme, it's the fan base.
Yeah, obviously the Szechuan sauce people who... I like Szechuan sauce as much as the next guy, but I don't see why
when it came out and the fact that McDonald's got behind it, I thought, oh yeah, that's cool. That's a nice bit of fun, and it's nice that they watch the show. And then they ruined everything. It's when, riots everywhere.
Flags in the streets and cars upside down, and I just thought, what happens in a riot?
I just went, it's just a comedy cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. It's very peculiar.
It's just not really worthwhile.
Yeah, well, I went on the pirate ship on that day because I'd never seen it happen before, and maybe I'll never see it again. But they'd parked a ship in the dock down by the Strood end, and it was a bar. Like, so you could actually go there and sit and watch gigs and stuff.
I think they might have did it last year because I don't know. I never normally venture that way, but I think when I went last year, it's literally outside of the castle, isn't it?
On the other, on the street side of the castle.
Had a band in there, and I remember a lot of people trying to go and see a band, but they couldn't really get in because it was rammed.
It was already pretty busy when we got there, and we just sat on the deck for 20 minutes, and then when they brought the band aboard, they were like really loud. They said, they came along and said, it's a drumming band, and they're going to be loud, and they're going to be coming along drumming onto the boat.
Oh, okay.
Time for me to exit.
Yeah. That sounds not very fun.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was like thinking that Blake might appreciate this sort of thing, because that's what he does. Yeah. But, otherwise, I think this is not for everybody, and it's time for me to leave.
Yeah, I might, I know it's my job and all that, but I probably would appreciate it on a technical level, but I'd probably be like, do I really want to sit in a cacophonous boat?
Well, quite so, yeah.
Yeah, so I can sort of see that.
And also I had something on that evening. I can't remember what it was. Like, this is often the problem I have.
Was it the Saturday you went? Or?
Yeah. What did I have in the evening? I don't know. Jen was away. I know that because Sunday was our HeroClix game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what was on the Saturday. What was I doing?
I know I drunk pretty much every day that weekend, which isn't like me, but
That's a little unusual. Yeah.
it was obviously
driving
because
somewhere.
sweep, so I did quite a bit of drinking at that. Sunday was our HeroClix game, which is good fun. We had good fun at Board Gamers Den.
Yeah.
But then came back, watched some. Can't even remember what I watched, but I had a bottle of wine with it.
Yeah.
And Monday was fairly lazy day, so we sat out in the garden drinking Corona. So
yeah. What was I doing?
music.
This is really going to bug me now because I'm trying to think. I wasn't expecting to have plans on the Saturday daytime, and I knew I had plans on the Saturday evening, and it's going to drive me up the wall now because I can't remember. Oh, I know what it was. I went and picked this up. This Mac.
Oh,
because I went to Blue Water and watched a film by myself.
Ah, okay.
Because I've never had a problem with doing that.
I don't see why I would have. I don't know. I've never done it.
No,
I think it's the thing.
The reason it's not even that it's second nature, but the reason I don't even bat an eyelid is because when I used to work in a cinema, I used to have to take the bus to work, and I had two choices: I either get there 45 minutes early or 15 minutes late because there was only one bus every hour, and it arrived at an awkward time. So I just turned up at 45 minutes early, and then I would just go in and watch half an hour of something I'd already seen. Like the first half hour of Spider-Man 2, I must have seen that about 10 times.
Yeah.
I'd just go in and wander in, sit down for half hour, watch the bit.
Ruin it for someone.
Ruin it for somebody, yeah. He loses, off I go. And then I'd go and get ready for work and start my shift. So
He's really his back on that train.
Everybody knows who he is by the end. Spoilers. I mean, they didn't care about him, so why should I?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just got into the habit of that's just something I can do quite easily now, is just go and see a film by myself. It's no big deal to me. So it's like, and I went to see Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Because I'd literally just finished the book the day before.
Okay.
And I've been sitting there listening to the book. I had the book read by Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
All the way.
I own it on audiobook. Kat's listened to it and said it was amazing. And
it's good.
And then obviously we have to go see the film. So
and
we went to the film.
He gets on my tits, but actually he didn't in this.
Okay.
Will Wheaton. I thought he did quite a good job, but he didn't do the whole. I was really expecting him to be a little bit preening when his name came up in the book when he was name checked. I was like, Will Wheaton. But no, he was very stoic and very professional, and I really enjoyed the read. And all the way through, I'm sitting there thinking, I wonder if this is still playing. Because at the time I was worried it wasn't going to be running anymore because it's been quite a while now.
Yeah.
And I found two cinemas in a 30-mile radius that were showing it. One was Ashford and then one was Blue Water. And then I've been trying to meet up with Mark to get hold of this lovely bit of kit. And I messaged him and said, are you working Saturday? He said, yeah, I'm working Saturday. I was like, oh, cool. Would you mind bringing along the computer and I'll come and pick it up? So, oh, yeah, no problem. So I booked my tickets, was hoping to go along and see him beforehand, but ended up seeing him afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
And just picked up my thing and went to see a film. Must have got back about 11:30. And I may have been up till 4 playing with it.
Okay.
And also the computer.
Oh, yes, I remember because at the game you were like, I'm so tired.
I was a very sleepy boy because I had to wake up at 8:30 or 8 o'clock or 8:30 to get there for 10 to start the game. So I was, sitting there thinking I am not well. Thankfully, I was able to eat a lot of food, which is usually how I get over being tired because that's what tends to go first. I know about you. When I've had a long night or a series of long nights, my stomach just flips into knots and it just ends up feeling horrendous all day. So thankfully, I was able to get a fair bit of food and was able to fill up quite heavily at lunchtime. So I was, in good shape by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Not enough to win, but in good shape.
No.
I topped halved it, which is fine. That's, to be fair, for me and HeroClix, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But I saw that and I saw Avengers, obviously, the film to see. It was Jen's idea. Just the weekend after it came out, she said, when do you want to see it? So I hadn't really thought about seeing it, but we can go if you want. So we went on Tuesday or the Wednesday, I think.
Yeah. No, I thought it was an excellent film.
I thought it was very, very well done. Yeah. It was one of those films where we'll stay clear of spoilers because obviously it's still. Yeah. I realise everybody else has done it by now, I'm sure, but.
Well, I think most of the people who are going to see it probably would have seen it by now, especially by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to run that risk.
Let's not be those guys.
Yeah.
So I can say that it was one of those films where I was never bored. I was always sitting there going, I wonder what's happening next. Something's coming along. Something's
I thought
happening.
the pacing was brilliant.
Yeah,
I thought
really
the
well
pacing
done.
was spot on. All the characters were great and worked well together because I was a bit worried of certain
Yes.
people interacting,
Yeah,
not
especially
working as
certain
well.
personality types who just clash over each other because they're the same type.
Yeah,
Thinking like, oh man, what happens when Tony Stark meets Star-Lord and they're both kind of wisecracking sarcasm machines? It's like, what's going to happen there? But actually, they handled it pretty well.
Yeah, it was quite good. They balanced it quite well, and the serious characters worked well with the more comedic characters and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. You
yeah,
know, it's they managed to balance it all very well. Which, and for a 2.5 hour film, it didn't feel like 2.5 hours was passing, except that it was a late showing. So I was sitting there like, fuck, I'm tired.
Yeah, no, I felt that it was weird. It didn't feel like a long film because I think I was invested all the way through it.
Yeah.
So there wasn't like any slow bits where I was like, oh God, my bum's getting numb or whatever. But I did feel like, I knew that there obviously had been a long passing time because I did get the feeling I had been in the cinema a long fucking time.
It's a good mark of a good film when that happens, because when me and my dad saw the first X-Men, the very, very first one, I remember we both got to a point where Xavier's playing chess with Magneto inside the glass prison.
Okay, so quite near the end.
Dream Theater's tuning up.
Yeah.
And he's walking out, obviously across the bridge, and we're like, all right, this is going to pick up now. Credits. I was like, oh, that didn't feel like 2 hours, but okay, I'll take your word for it. Like, all right, fair enough. But it was one of those films, Avengers Infinity War was very much like that, where, time passed and you didn't really take it in until the end.
But I also felt that there was nothing that felt like it was unnecessary or, that it was 2.5 hours and it felt like it filled 2.5 hours. It wasn't like
exactly.
This whole subplot was irrelevant or anything
Here's
like that.
an establishing shot of a bridge for 8 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you, Star Trek.
Star-Lord might walk across it, don't worry. Yeah. Oh, no, he doesn't. Spoilers, he doesn't. Sorry, that is a spoiler. The establishing shot scene, he doesn't walk across the bridge. Sorry. Yeah. I can't really help spoiling a thing that didn't happen in a film. If, just deal with it. So I had a few questions, as is customary.
Yeah.
We've been very blessed in the sense that our loyal listeners are inundating us with stuff over and over and again, especially, obviously, Mr. Rowling himself. But we'll come to him.
Yeah.
So, from number one superfan Paul.
Oh, hey, Paul.
Hello, Paul. Favorite conspiracy theory?
Favorite conspiracy theory?
Yeah, I guess it's the one that brings you the most entertainment.
Oh, okay.
I don't necessarily
I'm not sure
think
it
it's
don't
the one.
necessarily bring me entertainment. I mean, I go
Really?
like,
Okay.
sometimes I go, oh, that's intriguing.
Yeah, there are some. I mean, there are some that you think, okay, there's a few bits that kind of, it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah, some I think are like, okay, it's stretching it a bit far, but I can sort of see why you're getting the ideas that you're getting. So, there's a bit like the whole. Yeah, it's a bit like the whole Princess Diana thing or Kurt Cobain.
Inside
I can
job.
see why they might think something like that happened.
Yeah.
But then again, part of me is also a bit like, why? Because like Kurt Cobain's one, he took so much stuff to shoot himself and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, why would she go to the effort to do all that? It seems incredibly convoluted to do it.
Well, it's because it's romantic, isn't it? Not obviously, it's not romantic. It's a terrible gift. Kurt,
I love you so much.
I got you a present. Bang. No, not so much. I don't mean romantic in the sense that it's a nice gift. So anybody listening thinking, oh, her birthday's coming up, don't shoot her in the face. It's a terrible gift.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Once.
Yeah.
No, but it's romantic in the sense that you always want to believe there's more to things than some people get a kick out of believing there's more to things than what they see, right? So in the same way as people believe in religious things because they don't want to, there's a certain romanticism to there's more to life than what is immediately in front of us.
Yeah.
And scientists get the same thing from subatomic particles and shit like that, I would guess.
Oh yeah,
assume.
I think it's not that I don't think there aren't things out there that have yet to be. I think some of the things that we don't understand are just things we've yet to explain with science or whatever.
My favourite is flat earthers.
Yeah, okay, I can. they're fun because they keep putting their foot in it, though.
Yeah, well, my favourite one is the fellow who keeps trying to launch himself in a rocket to get up to a height where he can view the Earth from space, and it keeps going horribly, horribly wrong. And his next one is to hot air balloon it, I think, which would be entertaining because, he's dead. He's not yet, but he will be. He will be. But my favourite, I was talking to somebody about Flat Earth at work, and they came up with this most fantastic story. And they said that this is how they answer the whole Flat Earth thing. You get two of you. It requires at least two people. You go down to a port, and you find go down to a port, specifically a port that runs a ferry. Mm-hmm. Dover to Calais is the most obvious one for us, but obviously there are others. One person buys a ticket on the ferry, and the other person doesn't. And the person gets on the ferry, and the other one stands on the dock and sees him off. And then there'll be a point where the boat vanishes out of sight, at which point you phone your friend and go, "Have you drowned?" And if he says no, the Earth's fucking round.
Haven't they come up with an answer to that, though? Haven't they said that there is a reason why we can still go from one end to the other?
Oh, I don't. Who knows?
I think there is some bollocks excuse.
Oh, of course there is. They'll justify anything.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a bit like that joke, isn't it? Someone share of it, going, "Oh yeah, you can find our information all across the globe," or something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like, what did you just
run
say?
that by me again?
Yeah,
yeah. The one I enjoyed was when Elon Musk sent SpaceX up into space. Funny enough, clues in the name. Turns out.
What are the odds?
Yeah, I know, right? One. Turns out. He sent up the SpaceX probe, and obviously it was the robot-looking thing in the Tesla, and it's orbiting the Earth. And there's a shot of the Earth with a very clear round shape. But
they always go, "Oh, that's faked.
That's the wrong. That's the disk side, and the other side is empty." It's like, somebody mocked it up so that it was like Discworld. It was just like this sort of one, like this one disc, and then this really impossibly thin bit of rock that just goes down forever. Yeah, it's like somebody said. What was great is it looked like some Greek restaurant entertainer had just taken the Earth and just gone up on the stick and just keeps it spinning.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Flat Earth, they always come up with some crappy excuse. I know.
Sure.
I know if I was to be really go on my high horse, I would say, "Oh, it's a bit like religion. You know, you can't disprove religion to a religious. You know."
Yeah,
you can't prove God to a non-believer, and you can't disprove God to a believer.
It's true. Which
is true. I'm
not
saying
and that's fair enough. You know,
I wish I didn't get put through 2 years of religious studies to be told that. But I was hoping it'd be a nice bombshell going. He doesn't exist.
Mic drop. This end of season finale is brilliant. I love series 2 of religious studies.
Also, why am I studying religion if it's all load of bollocks?
Why did I do table tennis in sixth form? Same thing.
Yeah. Well, that was
nice.
flat.
Yeah, it's just true. And the ball's around though.
Yeah, it would bugs me that they're so devout, even though there's like, God knows how much ton of evidence they need to be given.
Everybody has, I think, the capacity for religious fervor. And it doesn't have to be aimed at a religion. It just has to be sufficiently devout. So people can believe in flat Earth, Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
For some people, Star Wars is like a religion, and I've seen that.
The Church of Szechuan Sauce sounds so at least it's mildly
It does sound kind of
appealing.
cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it's like a little piquant. But it's
this is my body.
Yeah, I do. This is my blood. Oh my god, it's spicy. How are you alive? I am not alive. I am a giant Szechuan sauce man. Oh, that explains it. Cool. Anyway, how are you talking? Oh, you've just had a breakdown. Nothing. I'm not actually talking. You've gone mental.
You're asking if you've gone mental, and you've gone to the Church of Szechuan Sauce.
Yeah. The answer is a resounding yes. But
you're praising Szechuan Sauce.
Yeah,
you're not crazy.
No, yeah. You want to tell me you're completely sane? Yeah, my the flat Earth is by far my favourite because it's just born out of this same, like I say, it's a religious idolatry of the unexplained and the belief that everything is being. There's like some people who are just really that way inclined. I know people. There are people who I'm relatively close to who are like this, where they're like, I'm going to go off the grid because they're always watching you, man. I'm just like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Would you like some tinfoil for your hat?
Yeah, totally. You know, I do feel like getting him a roller baker for Christmas. You know,
Yeah.
but I never see him. So he's
but
bizarrely
then
enough, he stopped talking about it.
Talking about your favourite conspiracy theories, there's someone at my work who I'm okay if you believe in a certain thing, like, you know, I believe ghosts exist, for example.
All right.
Or, you know, she believes absolutely everything.
So I think I know what kind of person that is. That's a person who's confused open-mindedness with vacuum.
Well, that's the thing. She was going, oh, did you watch this program? And it's always some shitty late at night or some program on like Sci-Fi Channel that no fucker would have ever watched, and it's always about something about aliens or something about ghosts or
Ghosts
something about
on Europa. So.
Yeah, and I was just like, it's all very, you know, it's that shit. And like they're going, oh yeah, but they said that, you know, that it's all the Illuminati and all that crap, and and it's all everyone's keeping it under wraps, and you know, there's some, you know, they had this alien and they came and visited us not only the other day, or they found this weird cigar shaped thing over there, but they've never. I went, well, if it's there, why aren't they reporting it, and why is nobody taking
Yeah.
In the days of digital bloody film, why has no one taken a good photo of these things?
It's a great question. Funny enough, though, I found myself now, in the last sort of 10 years or so, becoming very sceptical of photographic evidence because it's so easily manipulated.
Well, that's the thing. Photoshop is certainly a thing and easily done that way. Yeah. But they always go, you know, it's always, whenever they show something, it's always a grainy thing. It's not like, here is an alien, like sitting there going, "Hi," you know,
hello,
selfie. But yeah,
I'll stick a filter on that.
Yeah.
I've got the me filter. Makes my eyes look like yours.
Yeah. So let me take a selfie. But
oh my god, wouldn't that be great if aliens came down and they all talked like airheaded valley girls? Oh my god, you should have seen. Oh, the way Harry was behind some fucking deck in his car and he was driving so slow. We're like, asshole, move it. Been stuck at Proxima Centauri for like a year.
But that's the thing, you know. You don't know what type of, like, if you know. I'm not saying you know. The chances of anything else existing is highly likely, in my opinion.
It seems unlikely that it's not, yeah.
Yeah. I know we've yet to come across it, and I know that we had the very likely thing that our planet was just so rightly placed from the sun and all that. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a galaxy somewhere in the universe that doesn't have a similar thing. Yeah. You know, whether we will ever make contact or come across it is another thing. But
well, quite, yeah. You know, whether we will experience it in our lifetime.
Exactly.
It might be like Childhood's End, where they just turn up one day. Hello.
Credits.
Well, how's this going then? What's this all about? Alfie.
Or it's just like my religious studies class. Aliens aren't real.
Mic drop. Oh my god, did you hear what he said about us?
We're all alone.
Did you hear what he said about us? What an asshole. First I stuck in traffic at Proxima Centauri behind some fucking deck in a pickup.
I'm going to face swap with him and make him look weird.
I'm going to apply the us filter. Make his eyes all big like some bastard. Well, Paul, hope that answers your question about our favourite conspiracy theories. It's something to do with aliens having Snapchat filters. It got away from me a bit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I find it hard to stay on one particular thing.
Yeah.
The only one only conspiracy that I personally believe in is that Madeline was killed by their parents.
I think that's a conspiracy, is it? I guess, I mean, obviously not to go too dark, and, you know, this is the wrong podcast for that, but it does seem increasingly unlikely that, well, I mean, she ain't coming back, let's say that.
No.
That's sad to say, but I think that's probably
religious studies come out. Madeline is an alien. Mic drop.
So Jeremy wrote in, what's he say? Jeremy wrote in.
Oh, I thought we were just singing.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that you just pick it up whenever I say. So it might just be Jeremy wrote in.
What? Just what?
What? So this is actually quite applicable to both of us, and it's almost like happenstance that we're the ones who are on this episode. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously it's pretty likely because it's usually it's increasingly just us recently.
We're so alone.
If you had to have a pop culture themed wedding, what would you have? Now, the reason I say it's kind of fortunate that we're on here is because Spike was going to join us. He's married already. Brad might have joined us. He's married already.
Pop culture wedding.
Yeah. I don't know. You can always let's loophole it a touch and just say that you don't have to have it all one theme. You can mix and match bits and pieces.
Well, that's the thing. I wouldn't want to go. I know you get the people. And I know that everyone goes all the geeky thing. Oh, it'd be lovely to have a Star Wars wedding or a particular, or a one thing, and that's that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. As I said, both me and Kat love Star Wars, and so I'm not saying that. And we did talk about, and well, that's the other thing. We had planned, but Brad and Charlie sort of used it in their ceremony, so we were a bit like, we can't, maybe we shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just going to look like we're copying.
Could do a Doctor Who one where you, a few years later, just scream timey-wimey bullshit and get a divorce.
I just can imagine the eyes.
Just dagger on you.
Yeah. How dare you?
Jen has said, so for those who aren't aware, Jen and I are getting married next year. And she's told me that I can have, if I want, something Star Warsy in there. And I probably will. What I might do is have the planets, the tables named after Star Wars planets.
Okay.
So it might be like planet, like Bespin table and Hoth table. And,
yeah.
Obviously the Hoth table is difficult because what will have to happen is when you get there, they'll cut the hog roast open. You just have to climb inside and sleep there till the morning.
Oh, I thought it was going to be worse. You're like, all the people who I'm really cold to will go there.
And then, we just get big, Ultimate Fighters to come in on all fours and just swap them away. What other ones could you have?
To be honest, I don't want to be on the Last Jedi table and just get covered. All my food would just get covered in salt.
Yeah. Your meal's not really there; it's an astral projection. It could be worse. It could be worse though. You could have authentic tables based on the planets themselves. And the Dagobah table, everybody else is just getting this really delicious looking meal, and then you just get this slop. It's good food. Yeah, I'm sure it's high in protein, but it looks like spunk. That's probably why. You little green bastard. Where do you keep the good stuff?
You go to the Jakku one, and it's just expanding bread.
Put little tiny rolls on your plates. Like, what's this shit? You just mix it into some water.
Yeah.
What are you doing putting that much water in?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Just pushed out into the door.
Yeah, you accidentally knock the cup over or something. Like, no. Have to evacuate the entire building.
Yeah. And then there's Canto Bite Planet where they just feed you coins. So yeah, pop culture themed weddings. What say you? I say you can have I know people who've they work in laboratories, so they have science themed ones with beaker shaped glasses and things like that. They're expensive though, from my understanding.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can think of certain things that certain elements from certain things that I think would be cool. As I said, the original thing, which was we were thinking of, but it was very similar to Brand. I know they didn't really do it at the same time we would have done it because we would have come down the aisle to the medal ceremony theme from the end of New Hope.
Oh, okay.
Which we may still do, I don't know. But I know that they ended with that, obviously, after they got married.
Yeah.
Obviously, she came down to Come and Get Your Love by, from Guardians
Red
of the Galaxy.
Bone, whatever it's called. Redskins or Redbone.
Something like that.
Red Vines.
Yeah.
Yeah, just strawberry laces. So it came down to that.
Yeah, what if you have planet tables that actually go expand into other popular cultures? So you have the ego table.
Oh, that might work. That's
You're
my
still
table.
sitting around Kurt Russell.
Or just people I find really up themselves. To be fair, if they were like that, they probably wouldn't get invited. They'd know where they stood by the time they got there already.
Yeah, not on this table, bitch.
But what else? Let me just think. Event Horizon?
Yeah.
All the kids
The
get
rings are actually behind my eyes, so I have to get the ring out. But...
Yeah. Well, no, you're thinking of the wrong film. I'm thinking of the one where Sam Neill collects skin and he goes electric. Yeah.
I have to apologise.
Literally every time.
Out to me is that I made a mistake in the last episode where
I
mentioned Serpent and the Rainbow, and he's not even in Serpent and the Rainbow. So
that's
I
how
don't know
desperate
where
we
my
were.
brain went. I don't know what. Yeah,
that's how desperate we were to find a connection, just inventing some.
Apologies for my faux pas, everyone.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm sure I didn't have it from anybody else. I think it was only Brad who mentioned it, so he's probably the only one who's seen Serpent and the Rainbow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which sounds like a Rush album.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. No, it's
Serpent and the Rainbow.
It's sort of like a voodoo zombie film.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Not starring Sam Neill.
No, it's I don't know why I got confused. It's what's his name?
Lawrence Fishburne.
No, I believe it's
Charlie Richardson.
I believe it's the president from Independence Day.
Oh, Bill Pullman.
Yeah, I believe.
Okay.
Although I've fucked it up now, and you can leave it in the recording, and he's going to be like, "Son of a bitch."
Yeah, we'll have actually caller in a couple of episodes' time. Just have before you say anything, Blake. I've just got this.
Do you want to fact check?
Just got this clip to play.
Yeah.
Actually,
I've just fact checked it. It is Bill Pullman.
All right. Cool. Not
but
to be
I don't know why I thought he was Sam Neill for any second, because he doesn't look like him in the slightest.
No, I suppose not. What about Independence Day themed wedding?
Ah, that's it. I can trace it now.
Yeah, rousing speeches.
No.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Goldblum is in Independence Day.
You did 6 Degrees to Serpent and the Rainbow.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Can you get to 6? You have to go 3 or more.
Well, at least I can trace Sam Neill to,
there you go.
to Bill Pullman.
Via Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, he's probably been in there somewhere.
Yeah. There's your challenge, bud. If you could do that, because I know you're quite good at them.
Yeah, he is pretty good, actually, yeah. It's almost like he studied film, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's so any thoughts on? I'll tell you what, let's go through the order of the ceremony, and we'll pick out some themes, and we'll build the sort of the E14 dream wedding. And you and I.
Is this every member of E14's dream wedding?
It is now.
Into one?
Yes.
So,
well, no, because it would be Mark's one would be got to go fast, and at the end of it all, he's got no rings, so that's not a good wedding at all.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then.
If it's Final Fantasy themed,
I was going to say that his wife gets stabbed through the chest.
Yeah, you were my best man. I was the worst man.
And then just slowly walks into the fire that was your wedding.
Why did that go on fire? You're like, this is the least of my worries. So.
Yeah, you don't want a sleeping dogs themed wedding either.
No, you don't. This is true.
I'm going to have a Game of Thrones themed wedding.
I'm not coming. You're welcome to, but I ain't turning up. You go ahead. You fill your boots.
To shreds, you say.
Yeah, you fill your boots. I ain't coming.
Yeah.
Me and my pregnant wife, fuck it off.
I think something like, I can imagine there'd be some cool things in like a Firefly, possibly like having like a Western.
Yeah, the wedding got cancelled after 1 year. What about Jurassic Park wedding, where you look back on it 20 years later and the puppet stuff looks great, but the CG's dated?
Yeah. And if you're really jaded, all future weddings that don't compare to the original one.
This is my 5th wedding, and it's pretty much exactly like the second one. The trailer made it look shit, and I wore too much makeup.
And I know I'm going to go anyway.
It's my wedding.
Yeah, I'm going to go to my wedding anyway. I'll probably be disappointed.
Yeah, it's true. Dark City.
Oh, I don't like this bit. No, it's better.
The morning after you wake up with a dead hooker in your bed. Yeah. It's like, I don't remember getting here.
Actually, Richard O'Brien's just staring at you going, thank you.
Dude. The Matrix. So you're sitting there single life, you're playing your video games, and then this is what if I told you this doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, the free time is just an imagination.
Welcome to the real world. Wash those sheets, Dick. Right, Larry Fishburne. You've really got intense since Serpent and the Rainbow. They're all in there now. Sean Pertwee, Charlie Richardson, the works. Jason Isaacs.
Just everyone is in Serpent and the Rainbow.
The other option is everybody just gets cast as somebody else they've played in history. So Jason Isaacs turns up in Event Horizon, but he's Lucius Malfoy. This person had their eyes cleared out. Clearly. We just hope Mr. Potter has to be there to save the day.
I suppose you enjoyed Ready Player One for that reason. Actually,
I did actually. Do you know what? It's really bad. It's kind of bad. I think I just like bastards. Because
or you just really like him as a bastard.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I can't imagine watching him as a hero in anything and it being like it's not the same. But he turns up
in
as
something else recently. I saw a trailer.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I can't remember. I saw a trailer recently. I went, "Oh, he's obviously got busier."
Oh yeah, totally. You know, he's a really good actor anyway, and he's just because he was in Dark Knight Rises. I forgot all about it, and then when we went to Berlin, I was watching Dark Knight Rises on the plane because I had my iPod with me, not because it was on, annoyingly, because that would have been sweet. But although it was a short flight, so they probably wouldn't bother with the film, especially Dark Knight Rises, like nearly 3 hours.
Yeah.
But Ben Mendelsohn's in that, and I was like, oh, I'd forgotten he was in that. He's great, you know, and. I think I just like him as a bastard to the point where
my crippling bat injury.
He obviously he's the baddie in Ready Player One, Ben Mendelsohn, and the only pop vinyl I want is Sorrento because all the other ones look like wankers. All the other like avatars in the game look like wankers, and Sorrento just looks like a kind of cool douchebag.
Fair enough.
Which is weird because in the book, this is not going to become a.
I'm trying to remember. Remind me who's Sorrento? Which one's Sorrento?
Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, it is. That is the name of this character. So
Yeah,
I was trying to remember. It's been a while. Obviously.
Yeah, Sorrento. He's the head of
their company.
IOI.
Yeah. I was trying to remember.
Yeah, this is not going to turn into a session of the book was better because I know there's enough podcasts doing that, but. I liked them both. I really like the book, and I really like the film as a film, and really like the book as a book. And they would, I think, telling the book as a film, without going into too many spoilers, some of it would be quite boring.
Well, I've only heard Kat listening to it in another room.
Yeah.
And obviously, I saw the film and I enjoyed the film, but I also thought it was paced well, and I also heard a lot was cut out and that. But then again, I thought, well, not all books work as films, you know, especially if there's especially as they were going like Kat says, you know, all the characters are spaced all over the world, and like obviously, within 5 minutes of him waking up, he's like met everyone,
pretty much
in the film. But so I do appreciate that's a bit. I did go, that's a bit coincidental even when I watched it. I went,
all live in the same town,
the world,
nice.
And they're all in the same town.
Yeah,
but I do also at the same time go, it works for the film.
Yeah, and, you know, they could have explained it in dialogue, I guess, but it's not the end of the world. Ready Player One themed wedding. You hide an Easter egg somewhere in the wedding venue, and the person who finds it wins Jen. You got to
remember, you got to drive backwards.
True.
Because Jen was behind you the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, she has been. You know, she's been pretty supportive. All right, so let's do it.
It's a metaphor.
Let's start from the beginning. So, as the guests are coming in, what's the theme? Is there a theme there?
Sorry, I thought Sephiroth set this all on fire. So.
Well, I mean, we can go and retcon it. What about Men in Black? Right. So you get loads of people to come in prosthesis and wearing like alien costumes, and they sit there for the whole ceremony, not saying a word. And at the end, as you're leaving, 2 men in black suits and shades just go, just look into this for me.
Yeah, the photographer.
Yeah, exactly. Smile, sunglasses on.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to remember this wedding.
About Watchmen. You all just
too much dong.
The whole whole wedding procession's just sat there, and you see, dun, 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 dun,
I just thought
and you see me walk past.
Oh, we've knocked the fucking cake off the thing.
At somebody else's wedding.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just cock slap sugar and cake off the floor. Who needs the knife?
Instead of a first dance, you just fuck against the control panel to Hallelujah. God, fucking Hallelujah. I could kill to that song now. It's nothing to do with Leonard Cohen. It's to do with really lazy buskers in London. The other day, we were walking... So, I had a birthday since the last time we recorded.
Okay.
I know you, you say it like, oh, all right, fair enough. You know this.
I'm aware.
Yeah. You're aware. Not everybody might be, but I had a birthday since the last time we recorded. So we went to London for the day. I realised it's a bit of a fucking busman's holiday for me, but we went and didn't do any IT work, so that's always nice. We went for a nice lunch, and then we went to the London Eye. And we were over at the London Eye, and obviously near the London Eye, they got the whole South Bank thing, and there's musicians playing and stuff. And the woman sitting there playing was playing a song I'd genuinely never heard anybody cover. And now, annoyingly now, it escapes me. But I'd never heard anybody do a cover of it. No, certainly not very done it well. And she was really good. And it reminded me, and I got really angry all of a sudden. I was like, I wish buskers round my way were better. So Jen said, what do you mean? There are three buskers.
Have you never heard the banjo now?
Yeah, there is that. There were three buskers, or at least at one point in Piccadilly, there were three buskers, and they all, within 5 minutes of me walking past from one to another, all played Hallelujah, Jeff Buckley style, but not as good. So, why?
Did they know you were walking by so that as one faded away from your earshot, the other one picked up? So that you heard the whole song as you walked through the street?
Just, Hallelujah. And then it just walks past. They just go completely quiet.
It starts like this, the fourth, the fifth, the
just cross the road, and you just see him standing there, like tapping his foot. And maybe there, oh God above,
and from his lips he drew, Hallelujah.
So, fuck this! I'm getting on a bus, and then somebody on the bus said, Hallelujah.
Well, you need a fucking MP3 player.
Yeah, seriously. All right, so as people are coming in, we've established there is no... It doesn't have to be a theme. That one's probably difficult to get a theme into, isn't it? As people are coming in and seating themselves and...
Yeah, I mean, well, if you were to do some theme things, like, I mean, I know that obviously at Spike's wedding, during like after the ceremony, they had like obviously the canapes and all that sort of thing, and they had obviously the Mexican band because they were going to Mexico.
Yeah.
And they were really good fun. I did really enjoy them, but... Would you have a specific like band? I mean, would you have like a cantina band playing, for example?
That works, yeah.
Like playing jizz or
jizz wailing.
Yeah,
yeah. You could have that. I mean, that like I say, that works. At least, if nothing else, you have a standard covers band.
You're having a drink with your champagne with.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
yeah. Or either of that, you just have people in a normal covers band, but they wear like helmets that make them look like Biff. Just put the Snapchat filter on for us. First dance then.
First dance.
Earth Angel from Greece. Not from Greece. Back to the Future. Or Moon. What is it in?
Dance.
Blue Moon in Greece. That's it.
Dance, Magic Dance from Labyrinth.
Oh, yes. Now we're talking. See, this is it. We had this in you all along.
Yeah.
You're a dark horse, my man.
You remind me of the Babe.
Oh, man. I have to write that by Jen. I think she'll say no. The other option is that she just...
I'll run it back. No, she'll say no.
The other option is I just surprise her and just do the getting jiggy with it video and just dress as a pharaoh for no discernible reason.
We'll do Wrecking Ball and actually come into the wedding on a wrecking ball.
Oh, my God. If you can synchronise that with the venue getting demolished.
Yeah. With Sephiroth starting the flames.
I think Mark would be up for doing that.
Running Mark through with a sword.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm wrong person.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm running late. I'm just catching up. Not sure how I feel about this.
Sorry, Cloud.
Suddenly, I don't know how I feel about this idea. I think, what about... I mean, obviously, you could have orange and blue rings, like Portal.
Yeah.
So it looks like... And then if you cut a bit of your finger off, so it looks shorter.
Stick it on your wife.
Yeah. Stick it on her finger. That's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense, I think. That works quite well.
Yeah.
ish.
As long as they, duct tape it back on afterwards. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. And obviously, yeah, you need to be careful, keep it on ice and stuff. Oh my god, I saw this thing. Put this poor kid on, that 24 Hours in A&E.
Okay.
The documentary.
Yeah.
They had a kid who'd fallen on a fence and severed his finger off.
Oh.
I didn't tell him for like 8 hours because he was convinced he had his finger still attached and he just cut it really bad. And he was like, are they going to be able to stitch it up? And they were like, well, we'll try our best. And it's like they managed to get it reattachment surgery, but fucking
Was
hell.
there lots of whistling from the doctor? Yeah, we'll try our best.
Yeah, we'll try our best. It might not be good enough.
Well, we tried celery, but actually we cut it further.
Yeah.
We tried sewing it with scissors.
We tried to stick a sausage on, but that was just awful.
Fuck.
Actually made a noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about? Let me think. So I'm trying to think. The problem I've got is I don't have much of an imagination. Apart from that, I'm all set.
Yeah, it's all good.
Apart from that, we're all great. We're all gravy. But it's. I suppose we're missing out on the obvious trick, which is we're not including any video games apart from Final Fantasy.
Trying to think of any with like popular weddings in.
You do it so the groom comes to the front afterwards, and then some little mushroom fucker goes, "Your wife's at another wedding."
Oh fuck! Not again!
Fuck you, little shit! I picked up the fire flower. You sure you don't want to rephrase that answer?
Fuck you, Captain Toad.
Yeah, seriously, you treasure tracking son of a bitch. I may rebuy that. I love that game.
I didn't play it, so
I love that game.
will.
I may rebuy it.
I didn't know. I was interested in Donkey Kong, but I don't really want to splash 50 quid on it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones I can wait for it to. Well, I'm never going to buy it because we had it on Wii U and
made for Gen full of rage.
Yeah, basically, and so we just decided, no, we're not going to do that ever. So, yeah,
no. I know it's the wrong podcast, but PlayStation Plus recently gave away Rayman Legends, so but I finally started playing.
Nice, good
because I
game,
know you were showing me
it's
the other day.
Good game.
Anyway, sorry, yeah.
Your first dance is entirely pencil sketch, like the Take On Me video.
Or it could be like Rayman, like the first dance is you're actually running along and it's to do in time, but every jump and thing you do is actually in time with the song you choose.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That would actually work quite well, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so you could have, there's a few pop culture songs you could stick in there as your first dance. So you could have Johnny Be Good from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
You could have, you could have Earth Angel from
Earth Angel, yeah. You could have Power of Love. Oh, fuck.
Power of Love. Fucking hell, there's a theme there, isn't there?
Yeah.
You could give Biff the Almanac.
To shreds, you say.
What else could you do?
So what do you think Omer would do?
Wrestling themed. I feel like he would come down.
So he'd be about
midway
to
through
put the ring on and then RKO out of nowhere.
That might work. Or alternatively, he would wait for her to almost marry somebody else and then ambush her with a beer truck. Maybe that.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah.
Put the rings up on top of a ladder.
Yeah.
And then Daisy runs up and just pushes the ladder and sends Mum and Dad crashing through a table.
Yeah, through the cake.
Yeah, and then she picks up the money in the bank briefcase. And, this got away from me.
Yeah. Then pins both of them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, with Omer, it's a foregone conclusion, isn't it? Bless him. He's dead at the lights more times than the world's worst surgery patient. Maybe he's both. Who knows? So what?
Or just make that into an X-Wing tournament.
There you go. So you have to plan with Omer's wedding. You have to plan the movements as you're going up. As she's coming up the aisle, she has to lay down a dial face down.
Yeah, and then slowly move forward.
Bank 3 left.
Crashes through the
Fuck! I've gone out of the venue. Sorry, wedding's off.
Yeah, or crashes through the groom side of the people.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude.
Yeah. Or they could do a HeroClix theme wedding. Where it's all going, really going really well for me until it begins, and then you just come in and punch Jen's head off. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm very fond of it.
Blaze God's facts.
Come on.
Fuck's sake.
It wasn't even fun when it was before it was fucking nerfed. Super nerfed. Whatever.
Well, no, it's still powerful.
Yeah, it is. My argument is it's too powerful.
It was, it's still the most powerful power in the game.
Yeah, basically. But there you go. So, Doom themed wedding. So the bride's making her way up the aisle when she gets to a door and it says, "You need the blue key." So she has to go wandering around the venue looking for the blue key. Meanwhile, you're standing there going, Gears of War one, maybe?
And then she comes through finally gets through the aisle, and then I glory kill her.
Like Gears of War one.
She walks up to me and chainsaws me in half.
It just walks up, fuck.
That's the honeymoon, isn't it?
Went through the pain.
I thought that's the honeymoon, isn't it?
Fuck.
Fuck, I worked through the pain.
I think we've driven this podcast thing into the ground now. Yeah. Jeremy, I hope that answers your question.
And the shotgunnage of Dopey.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. Just doing shotgun rolls just all the way up to that's what you serve as the canapes. Yes. Shotgun rolls. Oh, these look like small pastries. It went off in his face. Oh my. I think we've had a lovely time here, but it is getting warm and it is getting late. Yes. So we should probably call time on this edition of The Crazy Train. So thank you very much for listening to The Crazy Train with all new audio kit and, caboodle.
And voices.
And we can hear each other more clearly and stuff, and that's lovely. And if you've enjoyed the show and you wish to do so, you can subscribe on all good podcasting platforms and Apple Podcasts as well. So that's nice.
Yeah.
So we're also available on Spotify. You can get us on Echo Dot by asking any pod to play us. You can find us on Stitcher, YouTube, Libsyn, Podchaser, Podbean. Yeah. We're fucking everywhere, to be honest. There's no excuse for not listening apart from lack of willing, which I can totally understand.
Or general hate.
But we're just fun, We're having fun, so you're just missing out, so it sucks to be you. Yeah. So if you want to review us, we'll always appreciate it. And obviously, as you've heard, it will get read on the show. So if you want to plug your project or something along those lines, then you have the option of doing so. We've just given you an avenue, and if you say we don't, then that means you'll be lying, you big fibber. What do I usually do after this? Social media. There you go. Yeah. So this is the Crazy Train podcast, and it's part of Emotionally 14 at emotionally14.com. And you can visit that website and see all the great stuff we do. And I'll come to it in a moment in a bit more depth. But Blake, in the meantime, where can people find you on social media between shows?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Harmer the Appreciator, on Twitter on at FucksakeBlake, and on Facebook.
Yes.
And I'm also on the Facebook group.
So we have a Facebook group. That's one of the things I was coming to. So you can find the Crazy Train Podcast Facebook group, especially if you find the Emotionally 14 Facebook page and look for associated groups. It's sort of tied LinkedIn together. It's all very cleverly done. And you can have a chat to us there. And number one Superfan Paul's there, and Jeremy Rowling, who wrote in, is in there as well. And a lot of the cast are in there. So you can check in with Brad and yourself and myself, and Omer's there, and Joe's there, and Mark's there, and everybody's there,
Yeah.
And it's a jolly good old time.
Come and join in the fun.
Exactly. And other social media places where you can join in the fun. We're at Emotionally 14 on Twitter. Like I say, the Facebook page, Emotionally 14. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out as well to the E14 endorsed podcasts. So you may have noticed in the past couple of weeks that a few different podcasts have been turning up on Emotionally 14 that I don't produce. But nevertheless, they are shows that I recommend highly. And so far, we've had the Tumbling Saber, the Canadian Star Wars podcast extraordinaire. Talk Star Wars is obviously on there because now I own all the money,
all the things,
all the candy. Those wonderful chaps at the Nerd Room are also E14 endorsed, and the most recent addition is the Wulong Talks podcast. So you've heard me mention them before.
Yeah, heard you mention
them. They are part of our little endorsed crew now.
Cool.
So nice. That's all been announced and is out there now. So we're thrilled to have everybody aboard.
Yeah, check them all out.
Check them all out. So there's, if you go to Emotionally 14s and look at the podcast page, there are plentiful places to podcast your part away. That got away from me a bit.
Yes. You won't be having a pittance with these podcasts.
No, there's plenty of podcasts for you to enjoy.
To play in your pair.
Podcast player on your phone. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RobWadeVision. You can also find me on Twitter as running the Emotionally 14 account, and also at Talk Star Wars now, because I do all the things. And just get stuck into. I oversee so much cool stuff now that it's almost impossible for me to keep track. So I don't know how you guys cope, but emotionally14.com, talkstarwars.co.uk, Rob Wade Vision on Twitter, Facebook group, all of the different podcast subscription services. We are fucking everywhere, and we are fucking fantastic. So get on board now, so you can say, I knew them when.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I knew them when
they were, more rambly.
Yeah, I remember when we used to ramble more and...
Really?
Yeah, right now.
Surely we ramble, if we succeeded, we'd be rambling even more. Be in a position to just do this daily.
Just talk random bollocks all the time.
Just be like 10 minutes daily. Who knows? Maybe one day we can find a way to make that happen. But for now, thank you very much for listening to The Crazy Train, the comedy podcast with no rails from Emotionally 14. Peace.
Blah.